AI chatbots are quickly becoming essential tools for businesses, transforming how we engage with customers and streamline operations. By using Agentive, creating these advanced chatbots has never been easier, all without writing a singular line of code. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to build 3 practical chatbots by using Agentive. One to answer questions, one to capture leads, and another to recommend events. Today we'll explore Agentive's intuitive platform, its key features, and I'm going to show you how you can tailor these bots to your specific business needs. Whether you're looking to sell AI chatbots or want to improve your business's existing systems, this walkthrough will give you the tools to get you started. Resources and sign-up links are in the description below, and with that out of the way, let's get into it. Alright, so quick little rundown of the Agentive platform here. Once you create an account, you'll be directed to the homepage here, and it's got some nice metrics. So we have messages, sessions, messages versus cost graph here, and they don't have that one yet, but that doesn't matter for now. You can see your agents as well, filter them, live only or draft, all of them. So here you can do show more as well, and even more here too. Knowledge bases, this is where you can put in files, whatever you want. So edit them as well, add new file. So yeah, that makes it, when you're building agents, it makes it easy to just select a knowledge base instead of like continually just adding the same file over and over again. Also got a support agent here. So chatbot within the chatbot building program. Then you can ask it whatever you want, if you need help with anything. And then sidebar here, go into your agents. Again, you can load all your agents up, filter them. Knowledge bases here again, and more analytics here. And then there are some tutorials, how to get started, deploying to voice flow, deploying to WhatsApp, also deploying to Facebook Messenger in different ways. And there's heaps of stuff here showing you how to deploy to your website as well, and using ManyChat, Discord, Telegram, heaps of ways, a lot of information here. And I'm pretty sure they're working on their documentation too. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can also visit the documentation. Shows you a bunch of other cool information here. You know, prompting, knowledge bases, tools. It's a lot of great tools that you can use. So we got Google Sheets, Superbase, Firecrawl. Firecrawl's really good. It's a really good web scraping automation. And then voice agents here, Bland AI, and then automation platforms like Relevance and Make, Zapier, databases, Airtable, Superbase, talk to Slack, which is quite cool, VoiceFlow, heaps of things you can do here, and they've got heaps of information. But I'm going to show you now how to create your assistant. So we'll just go to agents, create a new agent, give it a name, call this one Yoda, and cheeky little description. You want to add your OpenAI key, and then you can select the model you want. For this chatbot, I'm just going to show you a simple Q&A bot. So it's a simple task we can use for Mini here. Then we can go ahead and create the agent. So this will direct you to this interface here. This is where you add your prompt. This is where you add your knowledge base and any tools. But for now, it's a simple Q&A bot. So all we need to do is add prompt and a knowledge base. So in the resources, you'll head over to Yoda prompt. So I'll just copy and paste that from the document here. We will want to delete that. And now we've added our prompt, and we can expand the view here. So yeah, we can edit anything we want here, and just gives us a nice view of what's going on. So we'll head out of that, and we'll just go ahead and publish this. When you're editing your agent, you do want to press publish on each time you're at one of these views here, because if I were to edit my prompt and then go to knowledge base and publish it, it won't save things from the prompt. That may or may not be the case anymore, but if in case it is, and yeah, you just do that. So let's go ahead and add our knowledge base. I've already added this one before. I think it's this. Yep, it is that, or maybe not. Maybe it's actually this one. Yeah, okay, it's that one. I had to make sure because I've done a few EnviroWare bots. But again, I've said this in previous videos before, when you add files, you want to make sure that this, like, the prompt has the same name as the file that you've put in here, so it doesn't get confused. So, but we can go ahead and publish that. Cool, so we've got our prompt here. Oh, why did I press edit agent? Doesn't matter. All right, so we've got our prompt here, and it's mentioned the document, but it's only one document, so we don't always have to specifically mention it. But when you mention 2 or more, you'd want to explain what each document does. So the one I've provided, it's an FAQ document, contains necessary information, so it can answer questions. And then we can test it in here. So I can just ask a simple question. All right, so a message is loaded. So we got a nice message here, very short and concise. We can see the usage stats as well, total tokens, prompt tokens, completion tokens, and other things as well, assistant ID, model, thread ID, and usage cost. So all those are good. So you can see how many tokens your assistant is using and how cost effective it is. And quick rundown of the knowledge base here. So if you want to create a new one, give it a name. I'll just do that. Add your OpenAI key, and then you can go ahead and add any files that you want here. Add as much as you want, and it does a bunch of supported file formats. See here, PDF, Markdown, HTML, PowerPoints, heaps. And then you can do URLs as well, but I find it easiest to just upload files. Now I'm going to show you guys a Q&A bot that can also capture leads. Again, same functions as previous chatbot, can answer questions, but now we can capture leads and send it to a database. Great thing about Agentive is that it's built on the OpenAI Assistance API for better results, but on the actual actual Assistance API platform, it's really hard to connect functions and custom actions. Like, it's very, very technical, but these guys, they've made it easy. So let's go through it. You want to go to tools here, press edit agent, English ain't Englishing. And this is my tool that I've added here, but you can clone a bunch of example tools, Airtable, Slack, Firecrawl, heaps. So if I press that one, say example, post a lead, and there we go. Base ID, table name, and yeah, it's a bunch of things you can do with that one. And if you go cancel, we can also do Firecrawl, web scraping automation. But this one, you can add authentication. But yeah, you read the docs and tutorials and it'll tell you how to do that. But the great thing about Make is that we don't need authentication. But yeah, even though it just showed an Airtable schema to post leads, I wanted to show Make so you don't have to add any authentication. So it's very simple. It uses webhooks. Webhooks are just an easy way to trigger automations, and I'll show you guys how you guys can do that. So if I go to my Make automation here, lead capture template, when you upload this, you want to go to import blueprint, choose file, and it'll be .json. So I'm going to call this file lead capture template .json, and then you go find it to wherever you've saved it, press on it, and then it'll just upload all of this. But yeah, this is a very simple lead capture automation. So triggers the webhook, and then gets the information from the user, which we add to our table here. I've got a previous video on how to set up the connection that I'll link in the description, so you guys can learn how to do that. And then it sends the response to show that successful. And you can even do a message if you want to, but yeah, that's all good. You can also add in any other modules that you want. Say that, you know, you've got tasks to notify that a lead has been created, send a message on Slack. You can add those modules in there. But purpose of this video, got a very simple automation, and it's very easy to connect to your Agentive tool. And what you'll need to do is add this half of your webhook URL to your schema. And what I mean by that is that you want to copy this. You would go to the schema that I put in the resources. I'll just fix this up so you guys can see it all. And then all you need to do is add it there. Cool, easy and done. And I'm gonna make a tutorial showing you guys how to edit these schemas, because it can be off-putting when you don't know how to code. Like when I was trying to, before I was learning coding, schemas were very very confusing. But yeah, you can get ChatGPT to edit it for you and to replace information that you don't need. But you got to learn how to tell it what to do, and that video will be coming out next week. I actually needed an idea for a video, so that's great. Easy money. Anyway, let's go ahead and test it. Before we can actually trigger our custom action, we need to make sure that we're actually sending over the right data. We're going to make sure everything's calibrated. So what we want to do is we want to get all of that, copy it, go back to our Agentive assistant. For me, I would have to edit the schema, but for you guys, press create new tool, paste it in there, and yeah, that's done. But since I've already added the tool, I'm just going to show what happens when you upload it. So we want to go to make, press a webhook module and redetermine data structure. But I'll go back to my assistant here. Well, we'd want to publish this first. And now I'll just say, cool. When we head over to make, it'll say successfully determined. So now when we go into here, we make sure that these values are actually usable. So we can see here that this is the data this is a previous test that I've done, but when you guys do it, it'll show the data that the assistant has sent. We can see it here. John Doe, it won't go through when we do the redetermined data structure, but now let's actually go and test it for real this time. So we can turn that on, save it, and I can just copy this again. And let's see what happens. All right, cool. It has successfully captured the lead. We can see the usage here, and we see the input was successful. So, and output, there we go, 200 means that it's been accepted. But what we can do is that we can go to this view here. We want to press diagram, or we can go to history, where we can see some recent runs, and we can just press the details on that one. And we can see that everything has worked. It's gotten the data, if it will load. There we go, John Doe, Doe Enterprise, and all that important information. Shows that we've added it to our database and sends a response back to our agent. But we can also ask it any questions. Did forget to mention to talk about the prompt. Just made a prompt to talk about Cube SEO, make up SEO agency in Western Australia, and in the knowledge base, you're going to want to add this document here called Cube SEO Knowledge, and then we can test that. And there we go. It's quite long, but we can prompt it to shorten it and keep a response to, say, 2 to 3 sentences. But it's fine. Bit of reading, but we can always fix up on that. So yeah, that's all well and done. Let's move on to the next chatbot. So this is our third chatbot that we're going to be going through a product recommendation style tool. So for e-commerce clients, product recommendation tool, quite useful. But this one is video from Liam Motley that I'll put in the description below. Just wanted to show you guys how to use this specific tool because it uses Relevance AI. And Relevance AI, they make it really easy to add custom actions to GPTs, and in this case to our Agentive agents. So quick disclaimer that all of this information is in that video there. I'm just being a bit of a cheap ass and using his stuff, but yeah. So yeah, this is the prompt here that you can find in his video, and then don't need a knowledge base for this one, but what we are going to need to do is connect a tool here. So what this does is that, say someone asks for drum and bass events in Sydney around this time, it'll get the user's query and then query the database using filter values such as genre, venue, date, time, start, and then end date and time. And yeah, that's that. So let's go ahead. So show you the tool in Relevance. Go to Relevance here, say Sydney events database query tool, and it uses a thing called Superbase, which is this right here. And then if we go to SQL editor, no, not SQL editor, table editor, go to events, and this is all the events this is all the events. So yeah, his video goes through all of this. Not gonna use any of that and don't want to claim any of that. So yeah, if you want to go over to that video and show how that's made, then yeah, you can go say how you can make this for yourself. But I just want to show you guys how to add relevance tools to Agentive. So go back to our tool here, make sure we save that, leave that. And now we want to go to the top right here, press custom actions, and got a step-by-step guide how you can do it for GPTs. First, we want to press on the tool that we want, and then go past this step because we want to create our schema first. Copy that, go back to Agentive, not that, press tools. I've already got it here. Let's say if I were to delete that, create a new tool, paste that in there, go back to relevance. And now let's generate our OpenAI key, our API key. Custom authentication, generate that, copy, head back to Agentive, and then we want to add our key in. So don't want to show that. Add that there, custom, and you want to type authorization, but it already comes up for me. So, but what we actually have to do, we actually have to create the tool first. So make sure we still got that copied, create the tool first. Then we can go back and edit the authentication and do and follow these steps here. So easy, add the authentication, and now we can go ahead and publish it. All right, now let's go ahead and test it. I'm gonna see if there's any events at the basement during November. And there we go. We've got some events at the basement. So hip hop beats, and we also have hip hop nights and hip hop hooray. So yeah, that's quite cool. And it's also got the purchase links as well. And yeah, we can see that the tool has worked here. It's got the output, and there we go. Got things from our database. that is how we can create powerful chatbots using Agentive. And they have tutorials showing you guys how to deploy it to your website, but I won't go through that in today's video because they have all the guides on that. And if you guys want that, I can easily do that for you guys. That's it for today's video. Subscribe, drop a comment, let me know what you guys want to see next. Follow the socials and resources, sign up links in the description below as well. See you guys in the next video. Au revoir, goodbye.